A Royal Caribbean passenger on Quantum of the Seas in Singapore has tested positive for COVID-19. But we have breaking news that the passenger has now tested negative twice. This shines a light on that tests are not reliable at all. Passengers' vacations have been disrupted, people locked down, and more cruises cancelled because of unreliable testing. We have this, and we speak exclusively to one passenger and viewer who's on board, and all the information on this unfortunate news.
Well, ahoy there, cruisers! Welcome to this week's Cruise News Roundup. Don't forget, though, if you're not subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button.
As you may already know, Royal Caribbean has resumed sailing on one cruise ship, the Quantum of the Seas, from Singapore. It's the first time the line has sailed in almost 8 months. These cruises were exclusively for Singaporean residents only. The cruise did not visit any ports. It was just a short 3 or 4 day round trip from Singapore. They were launched just last month, and this was the third cruise, with the first and the second proving to be a very good success. And now we know this has all been a false positive, causing chaos for Royal Caribbean. But let's take a look at what happened anyway, and how Royal Caribbean professionally and swiftly dealt with the situation on board.
An 83-year-old passenger has tested positive for COVID-19. The guest first reported to the ship's medical centre with diarrhoea and then underwent a coronavirus test as part of the onboard protocols.
Then at 1:50 a.m. in the morning, then again at 2:40 a.m. local time, passengers were notified of the positive case and asked to immediately return to their rooms. The ship then immediately turned back to Singapore and arrived at 8 a.m. Singapore time this morning. One of our viewers, Christina Go, is on board and has let us know what her experience is on board. So take a look at this video.
Hi, I'm Christina. I'm from Singapore and I'm on Quantum of the Seas. Okay, so all announcements come around 4 hours period. So there is a frequency of 4 hours. And our meals come sent to us via takeaway packaging. There is no choices, but there are so many people on board. Plus, they will always send 2 bottles of 1.5 liter of water. So we are quite hydrated, actually extremely hydrated. Actually, I felt that the processes were very well made up because if you think about it, we had to go for the PCR test 3 days to 24 hours before the sailing. Then, when we were on board, we were immediately, given hand sanitizers and definitely took our temperatures. We did the master drill, and we were told to go to the gathering points in our own time. And we got a little green sticker on our SeaPass card. That is to prove that we have completed the master drill. Yeah, so what happened is that Royal Caribbean actually follows the local government regulations. So Singapore actually requires masks when you're out of your house. It's the same thing here. We wear our mask once we are out of the suite. And, the only time we take it off is when we're eating or drinking. And everywhere we go, we have to tap our little SeaPass card. So we have our tracelet on. We have the government-issued Trace Together app on, or dongle. So we are actually very safe. Personally, I thought that everything was done very well. And I wasn't apprehensive or anything because we were updated. The only thing is I feel extremely full from being overfed because you can't really go anywhere.
Thank you so much, Christina. We really appreciate it.
As you saw, she told us that Royal Caribbean have been super supportive and have been keeping passengers regularly updated. They felt very safe on the ship before the announcement. People were social distancing, wearing masks at all times, washing hands, and the ship was constantly being cleaned.
They are being served regular meals, as you saw in the staterooms. All passengers are currently being quarantined in their rooms. Passengers are allowed to smoke in their stateroom, bathrooms if they wish, which is something we haven't heard of before, but hey.
But it is a big ship in comparison to what we was on last month. Think of the size of this ship, so I guess it's practicality that they've allowed them to do that. And it must be safe to do it in the bathrooms, otherwise they wouldn't let them do it.
Absolutely. So the ship arrived back in Singapore this morning and the sick passenger has been taken to hospital for further testing. We really hope that passenger, an 83-year-old, is going to be okay. All passengers and crew who have had close contact with the passenger on board have been isolated, and so far they have all tested negative to the virus after taking another test.
The 1,680 passengers and 1,148 crew members on board the Quantum of the Seas all tested negative for COVID-19 quarantine before the ship set sail on Monday.
This was one of the many requirements and protocols to prevent COVID from getting on board. Some other protocols included sailing at half capacity, so just 50% of passengers, as well as strict social distancing, the use of masks, enhanced cleaning, and many more things to keep the passengers and crew safe. Passengers were also required to wear a special contact tracing device, as well as using Singapore's local app so that contact tracing could be achieved on board. This video is brought to you by the Ridge wallet. With Christmas just around the corner, it's going to make the perfect Christmas gift. And with over 40,000 5-star reviews, don't just take our word for it.
The Ridge wallet is slim, sleek, and RFID blocking. It slips easily into your front pocket, unlike this old bulky thing.
Yeah, most people like David are still carrying around 90s wallets that are huge. Look at it, useless pockets, it looks a mess,
Yeah.
and it has slots you're never going to use. Just look at the size of that.
And it's absolutely full of junk.
Yeah, we've all got really small smartphones, so why do we still carry around these huge bulky wallets?
It holds up to 12 cards plus room for cash, and there's loads of cool, flashy, different designs too.
Yeah, we have the carbon fibre edition, and as soon as you get it in your hands, it just feels awesome. It's durable, it's industrial, it's sleek, and it's just made to last. The Ridge team is so confident that you'll like it that they'll give you a test drive for 45 days, and you can send it back if you don't love it.
Hey, and that's perfect as well for Christmas. You can give it as a gift, and if they don't like it, you can always send it back.
But who's not going to like this? It's proper cool, isn't it? And with the lifetime warranty, it's honestly the last wallet you're ever going to need to buy.
And because we're working with the Ridge, we can give you 10% off today with free worldwide shipping and returns.
All you've got to do is go to theridge.com/Ben and David and use the code Ben and David, or just click the link in the description section below.
All crew on the ship were required to go through a 2-week quarantine before they boarded the ship.
As part of the existing infection control procedures, the remaining passengers and crew on board will remain on the ship until contact tracing is completed. And they're going to have to remain on the ship until Genting Cruise Line's World Dream Cruise completes embarking all passengers for its next sailing. So that's the Chinese cruise line. They're planning to sail from 6 p.m. today, and this is to prevent any intermingling between the passengers from the Royal Caribbean ship and the Genting ship. And Christina has let us know that she's got off the ship this evening and is safely home. She'll be sailing on the same ship in February.
In a statement, Royal Caribbean have said, "We worked closely with the government to develop a thorough system that tests and monitors all guests and crew and follows public health best practices. That we were able to quickly identify this single case and take immediate action is a sign that the system is working as it was designed to."
Yeah, and we couldn't agree more. It sounds like a very similar situation to our Sea Dream Yacht Club cruise last month. The ability to test on board, then quickly implement coronavirus procedures would hopefully prevent any spread on board.
And before leaving the terminal, each passenger will be tested again as part of the regular post-arrival protocols. And as a precautionary measure, passengers will be also required to monitor their health for 14 days from the date of disembarkation, then undergo another test at a designated government swabbing facility at the end of the 14 days.
Any close contacts of the positive case will be sent to a designated government quarantine facility, whether or not they test positive on any of these tests. A memo from Royal Caribbean said all affected passengers will receive a refund in the form of an onboard credit for the day of cruising that it missed. And once back at hospital, the passenger who tested positive was tested again using his original sample and a new sample, and has tested negative both times. This seriously puts into question whether or not testing is a good thing or not. But was this still the right time for Royal Caribbean to start cruising? Well, yes, the cruise and tourism industry has been hit incredibly hard. Cruise lines like Royal Caribbean have done everything they can to stop the virus from getting on board and then dealing with it afterwards. And it's just so unlucky as Singapore doesn't have many cases. Infections in the city-state have remained mostly under control. They have not reported any new cases or local transmissions since December 5th. And Royal Caribbean has done a fantastic job, not just from our opinion, but from the passengers and Christine, who we spoke to on board, and others that we are in contact with. Its actions were swift and ran like clockwork. Returning guests from the previous 2 cruises are full of praise for the line and loads of enthusiasm both about the cruise experience and the new health and safety protocols.
It is very easy sat at home to say that this cruise should not have gone ahead. The amount of horrific messages we're getting from non-cruises is alarming, saying that it's reckless and stupid to cruise at this time.
Yeah, this is utter nonsense. Either cruising resumes again, just like the rest of tourism, and does everything it can do to keep passengers, crew and safe, or the industry will go under, like many businesses already have. Cruise supports millions of people from around the world, from the crew on board, suppliers, local communities, and many more. The answer is not just to stop it altogether. Too many jobs and businesses and people rely on it. Nobody is forced to go on a cruise. People want to cruise. There is a huge pent-up demand, and it's their personal decision and responsibility to choose to cruise or not. We are all aware of the risks involved.
We have to find a way to live with coronavirus, and we can't just shut everything down permanently. The good news is that vaccines are now becoming available, but it could take months or even years until everyone gets it around the world.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. We feel so bad for Royal Caribbean because their protocols, we've said about them in another video. You can watch that here. They've got so many things in place to stop it from getting on board. But I think the main thing now is how they deal with it afterwards. Just like with Sea Dream, no further people were infected. It didn't spread. Singapore, as Christine said earlier on, has very strict mask wearing rules. Royal Caribbean went with all of these rules exactly the same way. As soon as you leave your room, your stateroom, you have to wear a mask.
Right.
It's really unfortunate. But what do you guys think about it? Would you cruise now, knowing that all of these health and safety protocols are in place? What's your opinion on it? We absolutely love to hear from you, so let us know in the comment section below. And as you've seen, a false positive has caused chaos. Unfortunately, the media have been very quick to jump on this, and I doubt, like Sea Dream, we'll see any more news about the false positive.
And a big thank you again to Christine for getting in touch with us and sharing her experience with us. We really hope that you and your family arrive home safely.
Yeah, thank you so much, Christine. So that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. We would really appreciate it if you'd give us a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button below. We've got loads of great videos coming. And a big thank you to the Ridge wallet. Take a look at the link in the description section below for 10% off one of these fantastic wallets.
And a thank you to all of our patrons for your support. You can find out more about Patreon in the description section below. The cruise captain of the week this week is Raymond. So thank you.
Yeah, Raymond. That's it till next time.
Happy cruising.